and inviting here on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. It is the 19th of August of 2026. Today's high 95 degrees. 95. And no real chance of rain in the forecast. 20%. You know, it might. I wouldn't count on it, though. Pretty much the same deal tomorrow. Then the chance of rain increases quite a bit on Friday to 45%. And the weekend actually looks like it's going to be decent with a lower high temperature, 91, 92 around in that area. Look, in this day and age, we consider that a win. If it's 91, 92, that's a victory for us, okay?
Could I have a little breeze and low humidity too with that?
Boy,
or is that asking too much?
You are asking far too much.
Okay.
I'm afraid.
I thought I'd try.
You're never asking too much when you go into Anthony and Company Jewelers and ask them to actually design a piece of jewelry for you. If you show up and you say, look, I got somebody special, this is a big gift, it's an anniversary gift, it's a special gift, it's a birthday, whatever it may be, I need something that is really going to speak to her, and they will work with you, or if you already have an idea of how you want things to look and go, they'll be happy to put it together for you. They can also redesign a piece of jewelry. If you find something you're like, I like this, but I don't like these, and I don't like that diamond there, and whatever. They can redesign it for you. And have done so many, 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 many times. Or if you just want to buy something directly off the shelf, they have a huge selection, tiny little prices so low they can't afford to have a sale. Nicest people on the planet as well. Anthony and Company Jewelers, 2080 Valleydale Road, next to Ragtime Cafe, or online at anthonykojewelers.com. Ella Langley is just a couple of weeks away now, I think 4 weeks away from beating Mariah Carey for the most weeks atop a chart, the Billboard Hot 100, for a female. Now, in just another week or two after that, she would hold the record outright. Now, Choosing Texas has been non-consecutive, but on the charts for 18 weeks, top of the charts, 18 weeks.
The other thing, too, is she's got a couple of the songs out there that are really gaining a lot of traction, like Choosing Texas. So look out, because it's not like, hey, as soon as the song starts waning, that's it. She's got some others already making the lists and moving up the chart. So, she's here to stay, it looks like.
Yeah, she's kind of keeping herself out of the number one slot. And the song right now, in 18 weeks, if it spends one more week on the top of the charts, it will be a record for non-holiday songs.
Non-holiday song.
Amazing.
Look, it's depressing to me that the competition here for what she has to surpass in order to become number one overall is Shabuzi's A Bar song, Tipsy.
Come on.
And Lil Nas X's Old Town Road featuring Billy Ray Cyrus.
I think she's got this, maybe.
I don't know, maybe. Like you say, she's got other songs out there. Jaded, she teamed up with Coey Wetzel for a viral hit called Jaded.
The other one, You Look Like You Love Me, that one's sweet. And there's a couple of others that she's got. I Can't Love You Anymore is a big one right now. If you've not heard it, it's a great song.
Is that duet with Morgan Wallen?
Morgan Wallen, yeah. And it's really, really good.
Loaded with talent.
I'm just telling you, right now she's got a whole bunch that are backed up from this number one that she's got. So
she ain't no one-hit wonder.
Well, the other thing too, I think it's even more than I would imagine it's tough in the country world for singers, female specifically, but Ella Langley to me, and y'all can weigh in, and I know she's from Alabama, maybe we give her a little extra plus, but she just seems to be the total package. She seems very, very real, down to earth, just a beautiful young woman. The songs are great. They're well written. When she teams up with somebody, it's just like everything she touches turns to gold. So this is going to be interesting to see where she goes. But
let's hope she continues to go.
Yeah.
Well, we'd like to see that. Steve, I think you were talking about this in the other room 2 days ago, right? Talking about the Bills' new stadium.
Oh, yes.
$2.2 billion spent on this thing.
And obstructed sightlines.
Yeah, fans are showing up and they're like,
what?
What the hell?
No, you can't do that.
Well, they put these railings in at just the wrong height, and then there's glass, and they think the glass is a good idea, but it has glare on it, and so it's kind of keeping you from being able to see the field. And then these people are saying, what happens when people start putting their fingerprints all over this and it gets smudgy and stuff gets spilled on it? I mean, this is going to be a nightmare. They thought they were doing a favor, like everyone's going to be like they're in a glass booth. No, that's not what's going on here. And so they're going to have to spend some more money.
Reminds me of the, what was the insurance ad? It may have been State Farm or one of those, Allstate, I don't know, where the guy's in the stadium and he's behind one of those concrete poles, trying to look right and left around the concrete pole.
That was Farmers.
Farmers.
Yeah.
That's what I can't ever keep it straight. So many out there.
Have you ever had obstructed view seats for anything?
No, but the first season that I bought season tickets for the Alabama game, when they kind of finished adding on to one of the ends, I was at I swear to you, the very top row of that brand new edition that went all the way up.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I mean, you had to be if you were at all weak, were not in shape, you weren't going to make it up there. And I do regret that, because that was just like a haul. It was an absolute haul to get up to that seat.
Plus, when it was 7 o'clock on the field, it was 8 o'clock in your seat,
Yeah.
so that was a problem.
Well, the only thing that there was shade, which was good, and you were, because of where the seat was located, it had this high cement wall that you could actually stand up between the seat and the wall.
Yeah.
And you could
Lean up
look
against
over
it,
the
whatever,
whole
yeah.
city of Tuscaloosa. But I was like, I don't think I want these seats again.
Yeah, no. Thank
After
you.
one season.
I'll pass.
Yeah.
When the Phantom of the Opera, which was all the rage at the time, the touring company came here. This was a long time ago. I want to say it was like the year 2000, maybe 2001. I don't remember. Mrs. Dixon at the time got me some seats as a surprise, because she knew I'm a huge musical fan, and so she was not, but she said she'd go along with me. And they were third-tier balcony seats with an obstructed view.
Oh, no.
So I sat through the whole thing and still hadn't seen the Phantom of the Opera.
What was the obstruction?
It was a pillar, just like
a pillar?
in the Farmer's ad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, I had to lean over and look. I was like, what's going on over there? Hey, there's a show down there.
It's like, what's the point? Don't sell that seat.
No,
Come
that
on,
was
that's
stupid.
not fair.
That was
I mean,
stupid.
give that seat away if somebody's willing to sit in it.
Yeah.
But don't sell it.
No. Fortunately, I did get to see it again later in its run, because it was here for 3 weeks at the time. So I did get to see it again, and then I saw another production of it came through here. So I didn't miss it too much anyway. Let's see here. Perez Hilton's family is giving an update about 2 weeks after his. They're calling it a suicide attempt. I thought it was just a meltdown. To everyone who has reached out, checked in, and kept Perez and her family in your thoughts, thank you. His family members wrote on the Celebrity Bloggers website. Statement confirmed that the 48-year-old is still receiving the medical care he needs.
Well, good. Let's hope that continues and that we see him again sometime soon when he's well.
Got a team of medical and mental health professionals, and yeah, he's one of those celebrity guys. Loves to talk about celebrities, covers all the celebrities, eats, sleeps, lives, and breathes the celebrities, which I don't have that much use for, but a lot of people do. So Perez Hilton, kind of the gold standard there. He and I guess Billy Bush would be the other guy. Not one Disney Plus original series ranks in the year-to-date top 20.
Oh,
Not
Disney.
one.
Oh, no.
They're making original and very expensive streaming series that no one is watching.
That's a problem.
It is. Last night, while I was kind of surfing around looking for something to watch, I was trying to find the original Punisher movie with John Bernthal, and I couldn't find it. Like, maybe it doesn't exist. Maybe I'm living in a mystery world here, because they had the sequel, and they had the series with John Bernthal, but they did not have the original movie, and I was like, okay. Now, normally when you go to Amazon Prime and you type in the search box, this is what I'm looking for, it'll tell you this is on HBO Max, this is on Stars, this is on whatever. And if you don't have that streaming service, so be it. You can say, all right, I need to get this free trial and watch it, or I can skip the whole thing entirely, and that's usually what I do. I just go, yeah, never mind.
You're talking about like the 04 and the 08 films?
Yeah, was that when they
That
came
wasn't
out?
John Bernthal.
That's the thing. That's what I was wondering about.
2004 was Thomas Jane. 2008
Right.
was somebody named Ray Stevenson.
So when they made the series, they just cast Bernthal in that role,
Yes,
despite the fact that he'd never been in one of the movies.
correct.
Okay, so I'm so out of touch with this stuff. I have no idea. But
Well, I had to look it up because I wasn't 100% sure. I'm like, wait a minute, did Bernthal star in something before the series? No.
I've seen some clips of the Punisher, and I think, okay, that might be my kind of comic book hero. I might be interested in that. I don't know. And Ridley Scott has decided that he is never going to quit. He is going to keep making movies until he dies, the day he dies, the day he turns 89 in November.
He must love what he does.
Well, you look, there's precedent. Clint Eastwood was making movies into his 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Well into his
Yeah,
90s.
he only recently stopped. He only recently went like, you know what?
Well, again,
I
if
think
it
I'm done
brings
now.
you joy,
Yeah.
you know, and, it's,
And if they're good, by the way.
yeah,
They can't be crap. And some of Clint Eastwood's best work was his most recent stuff.
yeah.
The Mule is just a fantastic film if
Oh,
you
yeah.
haven't seen it.
Highly underrated film.
There was one after that I missed that I can't remember what it's called, but I'll have to go check it out, track it down. Gran Torino. Fantastic movie.
Excellent movie.
One of my favorite movies.
Yep.
9:17 with Dixon inviting Steve Gets a Turn. It's coming up next. Stick around. 922, Dixon Dividing, Talk 99.5, Talk995.com. We've said it before, and we're going to say it again. When we get to 91, 92-degree highs and no rain in the forecast, as we really pretty much have this weekend, if you are not on a boat from Rodney's Marine, you are missing out. Suzuki-powered Silver Wave and Starcraft pontoons and tri-tunes from Rodney's Marine out on Lake Logan Martin with that 5-year warranty on the Suzuki power, which is fantastic. And then they also have the Savannah Center Council. But in-house financing, low monthly payments, a real chance for you and your family to become the boating family that you've always wanted to be within your budget. It's wonderful the way they do business at Rodney's Marine. You're going to want to get by there and take a look.
Yeah, the Suzuki engines come with 5 years of motor protection. The Suzuki engines, I tell you what, this is the reason that Rodney chooses Suzuki. Fuel efficient, reliable, very quiet, will get up and go. And again, you get 5 years of motor protection with that Suzuki engine. So when it's time to purchase a boat, and folks, we still got a lot of lake life left. Get out there and enjoy the weather. The wind blowing through your hair as you're jetting across the lake with your family, maybe pulling the kids behind the boat on a tube and just having fun. Get out and enjoy lake life. We've got beautiful lakes all across central Alabama. Rodney is on Lake Logan Martin. He'll deliver that boat wherever you are in central Alabama. So go by and see him, check out the selection, get yourself some accessories, get to know these guys, and enjoy your brand new boat from Rodney's Marine with a Suzuki engine. You will have a blast. 525-1500. Rodney's is on Facebook, and his website is rodneysmarine.com.
Well, it's been a week of dying, and I'm getting tired of it. I mean, think about it. Monday talked about Major League pitcher Tommy John. Yesterday talked about Hayden Panettiere. Today, I actually have two people to talk about. We'll really quickly talk about the first one. Founder of ESPN, Bill Rasmussen, wanted to highlight Connecticut sports and be 24 hours in doing it, and he was told that satellite time being cheap in 1979, why not just go national? So he did, and featured the beginnings of ESPN with a Sports Center, which was kind of questionable because they had to get all the rights and everything. And as far as live sports, very first event they showed, slow pitch professional softball. They went on to show Australian rules football, Canadian Football League, NCAA college basketball games featuring, in many cases, schools only their alumni had ever heard of. But it became pretty big. Bill Rasmussen saw the network get started, but within a year, he got ousted by Getty Oil. That company had put up much of the upfront money for the building and the tech to go on air. They bought out Bill for a couple $1 million. Bill Rasmussen diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2019. It was due to complications from that disease that he passed away at his home in Land O'Lakes, Florida. Bill Rasmussen was 93. And then there was Frank Beard, born Frank Lee Beard, June 11th, 1949, Frankston, Texas. Go to high school in Irving, Texas, started drumming at a young age. Didn't go to college, instead started joining bands. Joined at a very young age, fake version of the British invasion band The Zombies, did so without the actual band's knowledge. You can imagine how that would cause some problems. Then moved on to a Dallas area band called The Outlaws, which featured a guy by the name of Dusty Hill. The two became fast friends. They were looking to make it in the music business, and they either joined or formed several other bands, such names as Cellar Dwellers, The Hustlers, Warlocks, and American Blues. It was May of 1969 that Beard got an offer to join a blues rock outfit named The Moving Sidewalks by its founder, Billy Gibbons. Beard introduced Dusty Hill to Gibbons after narrowing down their focus into what they called Texas Boogie Blues Rock. The other members were jettisoned, and it was a trio. Beard, Hill, and Gibbons changed the name to ZZ Top, and they got signed to London Records, released their first album in 1971, which, if you have it or can find a copy, Beard is credited as Rube Beard. For their second album, Rio Grande Mud, it changed to Frank Beard, but the third album, Tres Hombres, reverted to the initial pressings of Rube Beard. The trio constantly toured, constantly recorded, gathered a big following, changed things up for a little bit of a time in the 1980s, gained major popularity for albums like Eliminator and Afterburner, videos getting heavy MTV rotation. But the trio started to revert back to their roots, continued to tour until Hill's death in 2021. The remaining duo decided that they would go ahead and continue on. Despite his name, he was the only one of the three not to grow a beard. It had become the signature of both Hill and Gibbons. Beard was married twice, had no children from the first marriage, noted that the divorce was at least in part caused by his heavy use of controlled substances before he finally just had enough, and after a rehab stint said he remained sober for the remainder of his life. Married again in 1982, they moved to a sprawling Texas ranch near the town of Richmond. That couple had 3 children. During a tour in 2025, Beard left for a short time due to an undisclosed illness. We learned yesterday afternoon that Beard, who was under hospice care, had passed away at his ranch in Richmond, Texas on Monday the 17th. Frank Beard, 77 years old.
You know, there was a really, really great documentary on ZZ Top.
I saw it.
Yeah, it was on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
And I love the fact their first really big tour, you know, where they had the live steers on stage and all that, and they traveled with Styx at the time. And I think Styx was actually bigger than them at the time, but I could be wrong on that. And they weren't getting paid throughout the course of the entire tour, right? They weren't getting any money. They were just getting like per diems so that they could eat and they could get a hotel room and all that stuff. And so when they got back, they got their paychecks for the tour. And Frank said his was $70,000. And he said, I'd never seen that much money before in my life. And the interviewer said, what'd you do with it? He said, oh, I spent it all on drugs.
No.
Yeah.
He was flat out honest with it. Spent it all on drugs. It's kind of funny that Billy Gibbons and Dusty Hill, they, you know, ZZ Top, they didn't break up, but they went their separate ways. You know, they'd go off and do their own little projects and stuff, and then they would come back together again, and they could always find that groove like the instant they sat back down again. So they actually spent more than a year separated, and when they got back together again, both Gibbons and Hill, unbeknownst to each other, had grown those huge beards. And
That's
Frank
funny.
Beard had not grown one.
No beard, yeah.
And they were like, this is the look now. This is what we're going to be.
And him with the last name Beard, you would think
Kind of
the
weird.
obvious.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
Finally, in about 2015, he grew a really short one,
Little
kept
scruffy.
it neatly trimmed.
Yeah. They also did a piece in there about how I think it was Billy Gibbons that discovered MTV and called the other two and was like, you got to watch this. There's a special on channel 386 or something like that. And he goes, and it just kept going. This special, it was MTV.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of it before. And they decided they were going to use that to launch the band into superstardom, and they did. Great stuff. 9:30, Dixon Divining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. 9:36 with Dixon Dividing, Talk 99.5, talking995.com. Saw ZZ Top twice. The first time was in the barn of the BJCC Arena back before it was musically sound. And the second was at the Hard Rock Cafe in Orlando. Second show significantly better than the first. Not for anything ZZ Top did. They were fine. Buddy, okay. Got a couple of things we can touch on here before we head to the house. Parrot Structural Services, parrots.com, 668-2626. When your foundation begins to give way on you, that is something that will keep you up at night. As a homeowner, you understand that the further that foundation goes, the more damage is created in the walls, in the roof, in everything, basically. Plumbing, you name it. I mean, it could really make a mess out of every last portion of your home, which is why you want to get it taken care of as quickly as possible. And Parrot Structural Services is on the case to make that happen for you. They also have a tool for every issue. They're not going to try to shoehorn, the system that they have into whatever your problem may be, because a lot of guys are a one-size-fits-all, this is all we do. But that is not the case with Parrot Structural. They have got a dozen different ways that they can fix your foundation, depending on what kind of foundation it is and depending on what kind of problem it's having. So contact them through their website, parrotss.com. Visit them at 668-2626. You can call them there and make an appointment for them to come by and give you the once-over. They always tell you to get a structural engineer. You can choose to do that or not, but they are always going to suggest that you get a second opinion backed up by someone you're paying to give that second opinion. Parrot Structural Services, 668-2626, licensed, bonded, insured, and E-Verify compliant. I've mentioned these Outshine fruit bars before, that these are really the best popsicles on the market. They're made with real fruit. They're really quite delicious. And now they come with the extra added addition of glass. Yes.
You don't want any of
There's
that.
shards of glass inside them, so you can get you can get creamy or crunchy. You just you have to take the pick.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Strawberry, watermelon, grape, and tangerine are the ones that they're looking at right now that could feasibly have glass in them. And if you run across them, you should probably either return them or you should throw them away.
Yeah, I see a lot of Best Buy dates, 2027. But either
September,
way, y'all dig into this and look.
September, October, November, June, July, September, October. Yeah, you definitely want to take a double check on that thing before you just start crunching away at it, because yikes!
I don't want that.
I do love those. Little Caesars bringing back the iconic $4.99 offer for a limited time. I was a little upset by this when I read the headline. I thought they were talking about that lunch deal that we had discussed.
Mm-hmm. It's not that?
It's not that.
Ah.
Sadly, it's just two regular Little Caesars pizzas, pepperoni.
Well, it says too large.
Too large, yeah.
Yeah.
Two large one-topping pizzas, pepperoni, and they're $4.99 each. You got to buy two of them to get the $4.99 each deal. And this is it. That's the whole deal. I'm like, what? It's available for online orders from August 17th to September 13th, probably for a little pre-season football, right?
Yeah. That's pretty cheap, though.
It is. Yeah. Of course, it's also Little Caesars. So, I like Little Caesars. I think it's worth the $4.99. Not sure it's worth the $6.99 they've become lately.
Yeah. Keep it at $4.99, and man, you'll sell yourself a lot of pizzas.
If I'm paying $6.99, there are a couple of frozen pizzas out there for $6.99 that are pretty good. I could do that. We mentioned Chick-fil-A with their brand new chicken sandwiches, the chicken and waffles, right?
Yes.
They have a breakfast version of this and a rest of the day version of this. The breakfast version is a little bit smaller, and they both come with syrup. They have bacon on them. And
what's not to love about that?
I mean, that's a good question.
I've got to try that.
It is, yeah. I wouldn't mind getting through the drive-through for a little brekkie on something like that. If I find myself driving out of town or something, I could absolutely see that. Signature Chick-fil-A chicken filet, 3 strips of applewood smoked bacon, honey butter spread.
Oh.
Sandwiched between 2 soft maple-flavored waffles.
You're killing us, Chick-fil-A.
And then they provide you with syrup that can go right into the little syrup pockets.
Of course.
So the lunch buddy's still necessary probably, but you might be able to get away without it.
Killing us in all the right ways.
They also have new s'mores milkshakes.
Oh, gosh.
S'mores milkshakes and s'mores frosted coffee.
January needs to arrive. You know what I'm saying?
Nostalgic mix of Chick-fil-A's signature ice cream dessert, hand-spun with chocolate shortbread, graham cracker crumbles, marshmallow flavored syrup, and marshmallow flavored whipped topping. And there's a cherry on top for good measure.
Of course.
Uh-huh.
Wow, I'm seeing the full. I saw the little breakfast sandwiches, and further down you can see the full Chick-fil-A
The full size.
waffles and chicken sandwich.
That's a big old
I
sandwich.
wonder how that's going to do.
I don't know.
Probably pretty well.
You let me know.
Yeah, I think so.
You going to try one?
I don't know, that classic bun with the pickles on it sure is good.
I agree.
You just can't beat that.
Yeah. But I don't know. This
You
might
want something
be,
different.
This might be the one time I'm willing to step out of line and try.
Uh-huh.
Just to see. M&M's unveiling a new flavor inspired by a minty fan favorite, a.k.a. Thin Mints cookies. Mint Crunchy Cookie. That's what they're doing. $2.78 for the share size at Wally World. It's interesting.
I'm a fan of M&M's and love mint.
Yeah.
And the crunchy cookie sounds good, too.
The cookie kind of goes in where, if there were a peanut in there, that's where it would be.
Right.
So you get the cookie in there instead.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get the chocolate, and then you get the coating that protects your hands.
Right. So it doesn't melt in your hand.
Exactly. So essentially, you're getting a thin mint in a little bite-sized ball. And you don't have to mess with the Girl Scouts, which is good.
Hey. Are they as good as the Girl Scout cookies, then?
I don't know. We'll find out. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to
Do we
go.
know when they debut?
We're going to go to Chick-fil-A,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to get ourselves one of these sandwiches, and then for dessert, we're going to have August 16th is when it came out, apparently.
Oh, so they're out.
Mm.
Okay.
Or so they would have us
So
believe.
they say.
Yeah. Depends on where you is, I guess. I will be at a store today. I don't know if I'm going to be at the right store today, but it seems like every time I go to the Oreo aisle, it's like, nah. The places I shop, they don't ever get the new stuff. They're not they're not fancy schmancy enough to get the exciting flavors, the apple pie flavor, or whatever it is that we were looking for the other day. I don't know why. I shop at boring stores, I guess.
We'll
Yeah,
find
so I
it.
don't know.
I haven't been to the store lately, but we'll find it. Somebody's going to run across it going, look.
Publix, you think maybe?
Maybe.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I know Target will do it, but that was where they were crazy expensive, and I was like, I'm not doing that. Hershey's is bringing back a rare top-notch treat for the first time in 2 years. Why do they make it sound like it's been gone forever? It's 2 years.
It's barely been gone long enough to miss it.
They are bringing out the cookies and cream fangs. That's right, they're little fangs that you can put in your mouth. And
Huh?
the cookies and cream, yeah.
Fangs like teeth? Like you put them in your mouth like
Dracula,
wax teeth?
Like Dracula. Blah.
This looks like just a square bar with some indention of something, like where your teeth would go.
Mm-hmm. Not very exciting, is
No,
it?
that's not exciting
really
at all.
seem so, no.
Now, again, if they made it so it was like, remember when we were kids and they had the fanged wax teeth and you put them in your mouth?
Yes. I remember
Or
how
they were plastic,
they
whatever
tasted
it was.
terrible. The wax ones
Uh-huh.
were, ugh. What was with the wax lips? I never could
They
figure
were
out.
terrible.
I
They
would
were.
get-
That was awful.
Yeah.
With the juice in them or something.
I would get this wax stuff in my Halloween bag, and I'd be like, "Am I supposed to eat this, or what am I
What
supposed
do
to
I
do with this?"
Yeah.
Why am I eating wax? I'm
It was the wasn't there juice in the wax lips or something? The
No.
Halloween? You didn't
No,
have
No,
any
those
of
those
that?
little bottles.
little bottles.
I know,
that
but there was
remember
something
that.
else like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They would have wax lips. There was a wax mustache. That was weird. And I mean, you eat it, you poop a
What were we-
candle. That's weird. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
really.
What are you doing?
And our job is done for the day. That'll do it right there. That's
Almost.
a wrap.
It's almost over.
We're just
about
setting you
out
up
of
for
here.
Skippy.
We're just about out of
Really,
here.
you started poop talk. It leads right into Skippy
Well, you
and
know.
Jimbo.
That's exactly right. We want to ease into that. 9:45. The Dixon Dividing Question of the Day coming up next. Oh. 9:52, Talk 99.5, Talk995.com. People listening on the podcast are like, what the hell is he doing? Is that Tarzan? What's he doing there? Singing along with the bumper music you cannot hear. That's what's going on here. Got a couple of good texts that you need to hear. Let's see. Jason says, believe you're talking about Cry Macho with Clint Eastwood. Yes, that was the one that he did. I also never got to see Jewel, right? The one about Richard Jewell, the bombing the Atlantic.
I saw that one. It's quite good.
Yeah. I'd like to see it because I was there the day after that bombing took place. I was in Atlanta.
Everybody on edge.
Yeah, it was an experience, to say the least. Let's see. Richard the Cop sends over the legendary protein sweet roll. 20 grams of protein, 5 grams of carbs. And next to it, he writes, good. Okay, thanks for tempting us there. James says, Mo Rocca has Mo-bituaries. Are these West-bituaries? Doesn't quite have the same ring to it, does it?
No.
Keep trying, though.
Scott says, Frank Beard, very similar to Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Simple backbeat drumming with some added musicality. Made a lot of money. Yeah. Yeah, nobody would ever accuse Frank Beard of being flashy, nor would they Chad Smith, nor would they just dozens of drummers out there that you could point to. Charlie Watts, another example. Let's see. David says, if you use the app on the Little Caesars deal, you can create your own topping, and you can choose any one topping for the $4.99. Thank you for that heads up, David. That was more information than we needed. Rob says, you may have mentioned this, Chick-fil-A is ending the pimento sandwich this week, Valerie.
Shame on them.
Ending it.
The 22nd.
Ending it.
The exact date is the 22nd.
You'd better get on it, baby. Enjoy the last one before it's all gone.
I'm trying to be good.
Stop it.
Well,
that won't do it.
For one more time, and then you get to complain about it on the air for a long time.
There you go.
Until hopefully next year. No, maybe it'd be 2 years because that's how long they waited.
Yeah. Dave says, Eliminator Tour with Sammy Hagar. Yeah, I saw the Eliminator Tour, but it was not with Sammy Hagar. I don't remember who their opening act was. Oh, yes, I do, actually. It may not have been the Eliminator Tour. It may have been the Recycler Tour I'm thinking of. Because that was when ZZ Top was touring with the Black Crowes. And one of the reasons I wanted to see that concert is I really wanted to see the Black Crowes. Well, ZZ Top had a sponsor for their tour. It was Miller Lite. The Black Crowes wouldn't stop making fun of the fact that ZZ Top had a sponsor for their tour, so they got kicked off the tour.
I remember hearing about that. Yeah. That would have been later.
In
looking it up, several acts actually performed as an opening act for them, but the main one to do it was Sammy Hagar in the Eliminator Tour. They also had Night Ranger, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Quiet Riot.
Yeah.
I mean, not bad for opening act.
I think you're doing okay. I ended up seeing a group called Hall of Flame. They were terrible. Terrible. And they went nowhere.
It's in their name.
Yeah. Really bad. Dave says, where are the lemon coolers? I don't know. Do they have those in M&M form? Maybe not. Grumpy old goat poop talk. It's not 10 o'clock yet. Yeah, I know.
It's coming up.
I love the wax teeth, says Jerry. I would chew it into a wad and pretend I was chewing tobacco. Jeez. On that note, let's do this, shall we?
Dixon and Vining's question of the day.
All right, you're about to be sequestered for a year. I don't care where. It could be on a desert island. It could be in a room somewhere. You may bring the entire filmography of one actor or actress with you. Who do you choose?
Just because of the number of movies and the breadth of the number of roles that he's done, Tom Cruise.
Yeah, okay. I can see that. He's got some really good ones in there. He's got a clunker or two.
Oh, yeah. But they're always to be expected.
Yeah.
You just skip over those and go to the ones that you like, and you got action, you got drama, you got romance, you got comedy, you got sci-fi, you got a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. What about you, Valerie?
I was kind of thinking that, the number of movies and the expanded ways that this actor acted. And I went with Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks has been in a ton of stuff. I mean, if you start just counting up the roles where he played actual people, like human beings that exist, it's a lot. And
He's in a lot of movies.
oh yeah, and yeah, he's stayed busy. He has stayed busy, and he hasn't had to audition for a role since Splash. I think he said Splash was the last time he auditioned
Sounds
for a
about
role.
right.
He's been basically people call him.
How about you, Richard?
I'm going to go with, you want to talk about a lot of movies, a huge swath of movies that, again, span a lot of genres and many, many years? Michael Caine. Michael
Yeah.
Caine has been, every movie ever made. People don't know that, but it's
Seems
true.
like it, yeah.
He's been in every movie.
And if it's not him, it's damn it, Glenn's choice. Gene Hackman.
I love Gene Hackman. Big fan of that.
And Jeff says Nicolas Cage.
Christopher Walken is another guy who's just been in a ton of stuff, and some of it's just awful.
I mean, you literally want somebody who's been in almost everything on the planet. Kevin Bacon.
I'll tell you an even better one. Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel,
Yeah.
big fan.
I am convinced that Samuel L. Jackson's agent has sought out to see which movies, like which one he knows are going to be huge, and then he shoehorns Sam into a part in there, because he's in the movies. I think he's the guy who's appeared in the most money making movies of all time.
That could be.
Jurassic Park was an accident. He played a very small role in Jurassic Park, but later it was like, how can we get him involved in the Star Wars franchise? What can we do with that? Okay. Hey, Marvel's doing some stuff. Can we get him? Oh, Nick Fury. He'd be a good Nick Fury. Let's get him in there. I think that's really what was going on. I think they were very calculating about the whole thing.
Grumpy old goat. Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. Yeah, that could be interesting. Let's see. If filmography includes TV, then J.K. Simmons, Spider-Man, Whiplash, Law and Order. Yeah. Clint Howard, says James.
Clint Howard.
I like it. Robert Duvall, Anthony Hopkins, Viggo Mortensen, says Gail.
Don says Steve McQueen.
Harrison Ford. Steve McQueen would be good, up to a point. Sylvester Stallone.
He sounded drunk.
So did he.
Yo, Adrian. Robert Duvall. Clint Eastwood. Yes, a lot of variety with Clint Eastwood. Kurt Russell. Been making movies since he was a kid.
That he has.
Just about all genres covered. Absolutely. Eric Roberts. He's been in over 600 movies and has minor roles in 200 more.
Woo.
Wow.
But how many of them are good?
For Eric Roberts, two. Two of them.
Careful who you choose.
Brandon goes with Jenna Jameson. Oh, Brandon. Basil Rathbone. Morgan Freeman. Jason Statham. Denzel. Robin. Oh, we're out of here. Back tomorrow. Dark and early, 6 a.m. Bye now.